The 5-minute rule isn't just a productivity hack, it's the single most transformative principle I've ever applied in my life. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it now. That's it. That's the rule that completely revolutionized how I approach every single day. When you actually analyze your day, you'll discover something shocking. Most of the tasks weighing on your mind require less than 5 minutes to complete. Responding to that email, scheduling that appointment, putting away those dishes, making that quick call, these small tasks accumulate mentally until they feel like mountains. This rule eliminates the psychological burden of these tiny tasks by removing them immediately from your mental inventory. Instead of carrying dozens of small tasks throughout your day, you handle them instantly, creating immediate momentum and mental clarity. Think about how many times you've put off something simple only to have it consume far more mental energy than the actual task would require. We've all been there, staring at that one email we keep avoiding. What a waste of mental bandwidth. Chapter 1: The Science of Small Wins. What makes the 5-minute rule so powerful isn't just about completing tasks, it's about how your brain responds to completion. Each time you finish something, even something tiny, your brain releases dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with reward and motivation. By consistently completing these small tasks immediately, you're essentially programming your brain to crave task completion. You're creating a neurological feedback loop that makes productivity feel good. This is why the rule works so effectively. The 5-minute rule transforms your relationship with productivity by leveraging what scientists call small wins. These seemingly minor accomplishments create a cascade effect of positive momentum that drives further action. Research from Harvard shows that progress, even small progress, is the single most important factor in creating positive emotions and high motivation during the workday. It's not about doing big things occasionally, it's about consistently knocking out the small things. And isn't that a much more sustainable approach to productivity? Chapter 2: Implementation in Daily Life. So, how do you actually implement this rule in your life? It starts with a simple mental audit. When you encounter any task, immediately ask yourself, can I complete this in under 5 minutes? If yes, do it now. No scheduling, no reminders, no task lists. Just immediate action. This works for physical tasks like washing a few dishes, digital tasks like responding to an email, or administrative tasks like making a quick call. The category doesn't matter, only the time requirement does. What's remarkable is how this creates a domino effect in your productivity. We all know that feeling when we put off emptying the dishwasher all day, only to realize it would have taken 3 minutes this morning. We could have avoided hours of subtle mental drain for just 3 minutes of action. Chapter 3: Overcoming the Resistance. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: the resistance. We all feel it, that inexplicable urge to postpone even the simplest tasks. Your brain naturally gravitates toward the path of least resistance. Even for small tasks, there's an initial activation energy required to get started. The 5-minute rule bypasses this psychological barrier by making the decision automatic rather than deliberative. When you mentally debate whether to do something, you're actually using valuable willpower. By making these decisions automatic with the 5-minute rule, you conserve your willpower for truly important decisions. Think of it this way: how many times have you spent more energy avoiding a task than it would take to just do the task? We've all been there, spending 20 minutes scrolling through social media to avoid a 3-minute task. We're basically paying interest on a productivity debt we could just pay off immediately. Chapter 4: The Compounding Effect. The real magic of the 5-minute rule happens when you experience its compounding effect over time. By eliminating dozens of small tasks each day, you free up significant mental bandwidth. This creates space for deeper work, creative thinking, and actually being present in your life rather than constantly feeling behind. Over a week, those 5-minute tasks would have consumed hours of your time and mental energy. Over a month, they would have stolen days. Over a year, we're talking about reclaiming weeks of your life. But here's the truly mind-blowing part: the benefits compound beyond just saving time. Your stress levels decrease, your confidence increases, and your ability to focus on important work dramatically improves. Why wouldn't you want a life where you're consistently ahead instead of perpetually behind? And hey, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Also, let me know your thoughts on what I just shared. Oh, and there's more. I've just started a Patreon to help support these videos and connect with you more directly. Check out the link in the description if you'd like to join. Chapter 5, Common Obstacles and Solutions. Now, let's talk about where people typically go wrong with this rule. The most common mistake is misjudging how long tasks actually take. We tend to overestimate the time required for tasks we don't want to do. That email reply? Probably 2 minutes, not 10. That quick phone call? 3 minutes, not 15. Try timing your commonly avoided tasks. You'll be shocked at how quickly they can actually be completed. Another obstacle is the "I'll do it later when I batch similar tasks" excuse. While batching can be efficient for certain workflows, it's often just procrastination in disguise. Be honest. How many times have you actually gotten around to that later batch processing? Remember, the 5-minute rule isn't about optimizing efficiency. It's about optimizing your mental state. Clearing small tasks immediately creates psychological momentum that far outweighs any minor efficiency gains from batching. Chapter 6, the tipping point effect. There's a fascinating tipping point that happens when you consistently apply the 5-minute rule for several weeks. You begin to preemptively handle small tasks before they even register as tasks requiring decisions. This proactive stance becomes your default operating system rather than a conscious choice. I noticed this transformation about 3 weeks into practicing the rule consistently. Suddenly, I was washing dishes immediately after using them, responding to messages right away, and handling paperwork as soon as it arrived, without even thinking about it. This is when the rule truly changes your life, when it shifts from being a productivity technique to becoming an identity-level change. You no longer think, "I should do this now." Instead, you simply become someone who doesn't postpone what can be done immediately. And that is when everything in your life begins to transform. Chapter 7, Beyond Productivity, Relationships and Wellbeing. The 5-minute rule extends far beyond just task management. It transforms relationships too. Think about those small relationship moments. Sending a quick thank you text, giving a genuine compliment, or making a brief check-in call. These tiny investments take less than 5 minutes, but yield enormous returns in relationship quality. Most relationship deterioration doesn't happen from big conflicts, but from the accumulation of small, missed opportunities for connection. By applying the 5-minute rule to relationships, you ensure these small moments of connection happen consistently. The same applies to your well-being. A 5-minute meditation, a quick stretching session, or preparing a healthy snack instead of grabbing junk food. These small well-being choices compound dramatically over time. We all have 5 minutes for our health, but how many of us actually use them? Chapter 8, The Counterintuitive Benefits of Immediate Action. Here's something nobody tells you about immediate action. It actually creates more free time and mental space than methodical planning systems. Most productivity systems require significant overhead. Maintaining task lists, prioritizing items, scheduling blocks, and reviewing progress. While these systems work well for complex projects, they're complete overkill for tasks that take under 5 minutes. By immediately handling small tasks, you bypass entire categories of productivity overhead. No need to write it down, remember it, schedule it, or review it. It's simply done. This creates something precious: unstructured mental space. Time where your mind isn't juggling forgotten tasks or nagging obligations. This mental clarity is where creative insights emerge and where real presence in your life becomes possible. Isn't it ironic that by taking immediate action on small things, you actually create more space than by carefully organizing them? Sometimes the fastest way to get something off your to-do list is to just do it right now. Chapter 9, The One Exception to the Rule. Now, there's one critical exception to the 5-minute rule that you absolutely must understand. The rule doesn't apply when you're in a state of deep work or creative flow. If you're engaged in focused, valuable work, interrupting yourself to handle a 5-minute task is counterproductive. The cognitive switching cost of interrupting deep work is substantial. Research shows it can take up to 23 minutes to fully regain your focus after an interruption. So here's the refined version. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it now, unless you're currently engaged in deep, focused work. In that case, capture the small task for later and maintain your valuable focus. Think of it this way. The 5-minute rule serves your productivity. You don't serve the rule. Even the most powerful principles require thoughtful application rather than robotic adherence. Chapter 10, Implementation Challenge. If you're still watching, I want to offer you a concrete challenge. For just 1 week, 7 days, commit to the 5-minute rule completely. When you encounter any task that would take less than 5 minutes, do it immediately without hesitation. At the end of those 7 days, take inventory of how different your mental state feels. Notice the lack of background anxiety from accumulated small tasks. Observe how much more present you feel in your daily activities. The real challenge isn't the implementation, it's recognizing how many things we habitually postpone that actually take very little time to complete. I guarantee that after 1 week of this practice, you'll never want to go back to your old habits of postponing small tasks. Once you experience the mental clarity and momentum this rule creates, delayed action on small tasks will feel as absurd as paying 20% interest on a loan you could pay off immediately. Ready to transform your daily productivity? Join my YouTube membership for exclusive perks, including early access to scripts, input on future topics, and a direct connection with my community. Click join below and let's clear those mental to-do lists together. Because just like the 5-minute rule teaches us, the small decision to join now will compound into massive change over time.